Welcome to Pull the Pin Already, a place where average veterans come to share their opinions about the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
Oh, I promise you, we're going to give them to you anyway.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Nate, and let's pull the pin already.
And I'm
Boom,
2 episodes
two in a
this
row.
year, and I
Two
got
in a
it.
row.
Woohoo! All right, anyways, let's get into the episode. Again, we're going to stick to our headlines. We do, translate that, huh? All right, we like to pull some headlines from the mainstream media, quote unquote, and talk about them from our perspective. And why is our perspective important, Nate?
We're average veterans. We've been around the world and we know everything.
Yes, so we're going to tell you what to think, feel, react to all that stuff because most of the time these headlines are a bunch of garbage anyway. It's the bigger story underneath them that really matters. So if I can stop this cough, whatever, let's get into this. Number one here, or the first headline, number one, like we're keeping track. Oh, the cat's at the door. California hospitals slammed as illegal immigration costs soar.
Oh, get what you vote for.
Yeah, why is it? I mean, it's not a surprise, right? This is my surprise face.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, California! Wow,
it's not a surprise. It's definitely not a surprise. It's funny though because it's costed us billions before all of this illegal immigration stuff, all this open border stuff. So now for it to soar again, come on, man. I think California's in so much debt already that they're trying to suck the money out of us people in rural areas.
Come on, man.
Yeah, there you go. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of it's kind of not a surprise.
Not at all.
I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just a joke, man. It's just whatever. I don't know.
What do they expect? I mean, yeah, let them all in. Don't have any restrictions, nothing. Just let them. And oh shit, now we can't afford them. Oh wow! Right. Even an average veteran can know that.
Right. We're not stupid. We don't pretend that this stuff doesn't have consequences. You know what I mean? So, but either way, now I'm gonna have this annoying cat bothering me.
All right, we're gonna move on to a headline then.
All right. So Russia launches record number of drone strikes over Ukraine. Is there a war happening over there?
Are they hitting anything?
I don't know, but is there really a war still going on, or like what?
I guess according to this headline.
I mean, I don't know. I remember a day when like the war was like everything in the news. You know what I mean? I remember. Now it's like nobody cares anymore.
I mean, money's still going over there, so I assume they still need our help, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, Zelensky's got to make his car note, his house note. So why else would he need our help?
It's just weird. Like, it's like if Russia's that good, and you know where Zelensky's stuff is, why aren't you hitting it?
Well, if Russia is that good?
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem, Nate, and this is what I believe. They probably are.
Like if we go and invade, not say if we invade, if we defend ourselves and go into another country, we know what we're hitting.
Well, you say that, but we don't always. I mean,
we do know.
Saying Obama hit a couple of his own people that he didn't realize.
We do know what we're hitting. It just might not be the right thing, but we can go over there and hit different areas.
Our precision, right? Our precision is
good,
right. Well, I don't know. Like, step back for a second. Just remove yourself from your veteran knowledge, and step back for a second and just think about this. Like, first of all, do we even know what's really going on over there?
Yeah, the media tells us.
Well, I mean, but I've seen a video. I don't know if you saw this video, but I've seen a video of somebody driving down a mountain for a long line of cars. And what this line of cars, they said, was people going to this vacation resort in Ukraine. So how is it they got a war going on and people got the time, the rich people got the time to go to this vacation resort?
Let me tell you how. Mexico has all these drug cartels.
Mm-hmm.
You go to people still go to Cancun. Still a vacation resort area.
Right, but it's not a war. It's not a war with your country.
The cartels ain't hitting that area, you know what I mean?
Sure.
The Russians aren't hitting that area because they want a vacation there too.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's you got to think about it. So are we even getting the right information is really my question. Do we even know? Like, you know what I mean? Then the theory of all the money is going to the oligarchs again back in Ukraine. So it's not even going to the war cause. Our weapons might be going, but I don't think the money's going to the cause of the war. You know what I mean? So, we're being duped again. We're a cash cow. We're a piggy bank for all these other countries and all this other corruption. And the corrupt people in our country are the ones allowing it. So, at the end of the day, I guess as long as we're happy with it, then we just keep trucking on.
No, let's truck on.
Yep. Chinese spy balloon used U.S. internet provider to navigate America, report says. Why not name it?
Exactly, so I can purchase it because my internet's horrible here.
Yeah,
I mean, I shouldn't
but
say
you
that.
don't.
My
You,
Wi-Fi is bad. I have to Ethernet all the
but your
time for my
computer
stuff.
doesn't sit up in a spy balloon.
I could make it if it get better service.
I wonder why they didn't just say it. Maybe they did. I should have read the article. Um, but again, headlines are everything. Headlines are everything because they know that's how they're reaching people with
Yeah.
headlines.
Whose username and password did they use to get to get onto that?
It's probably open.
Yeah.
Admin password, whatever.
Yeah. Admin one.
It's probably open. But yeah, so I mean, it's no surprise. And you know what? I mean, they probably had hot spots all along the way too. You know what I mean? But if they're using our internet and they can track us, why wouldn't it? I mean, we should have been able to track them from the get go. As
If
soon
they're
as
using our internet,
something,
we should have been able to pull all their data they were collecting on us, right?
right. So I mean, it just all this stuff sounds fishy, crazy. And you know what's funny though? It's like that bully that can't fight. You know what I mean? We need to start exposing these people. If these people, like, if I think they're exposing us, is what's happening. Because if our FBI, our CIA, if these elite people are really that good, why aren't they that good?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Why are they not? Why can't we still find this guy who left a fake bomb in front of the DNC or whatever the night before January 6th? Like, why haven't we found this guy yet? You know what I mean?
Cameras are off at nighttime.
Right. How come we couldn't figure all this stuff out? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just
There's
exposing me.
there's solar power. They only work during the day.
So think about my theory is this, right? My theory is this. So we're lowering our standards, whether it's diversity or just nobody wants to do the job anymore, regardless what it is. We're lowering our standings so bad that we have so many incompetent people in jobs they shouldn't have. And they're trying to cover up the fact that they don't know what the hell they're doing, which is why they blame other people. But that's what's happening to me. I think even police work, all that stuff, it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, cops are bad. So nobody wants to be a cop. So what do? You hire bad cops. Oh, look, I told you cops are bad. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. I don't know what to do, man. I gotta go build maybe Zuckerberg will let me come live with him in Hawaii in his bunker.
Well, I think this last headline was for you.
Oh yes. Nate's subscription to Pornhub. Pornhub's parent company admits to profiting from sex trafficking.
Who's their parent company?
I don't know. You gotta read the article.
Why don't you just say blah blah
Right.
blah amidst the profiting from sex trafficking? Like, you have to throw Pornhub in there to tie it to sex trafficking.
Right. And well, I guess it was their parent company that admitted from profiting. Maybe they admitted from profiting because of Pornhub. Because people want to watch, underage stuff or something like that, or you
Mind
know what I
Geek.
mean? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why.
Mind Geek is profiting from sex trafficking.
Is that the company?
Yeah. Oh, and
Oh,
it's changed its names to ILO, starting from Fresh.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Got to get rid of that, right? But yeah, so
No, but it's Canadian, so it's okay.
yeah. So whatever.
It's a Canadian firm.
But I mean, the fact that they're admitting to it, I don't know if that means anything or not. But
If they
I
admit to
mean,
it, are they going to get in trouble for it?
that's what I was saying. Like, if I committed to a crime, wouldn't I be prosecuted? Like, I
Probably.
mean, or is benefiting from it, or profiting from it? Is that the crime? Is it a crime? Come on, cat. Go away. Stop. This cat is grabbing at my wires. Go away, cat. All right. Sorry. Little Pornhub introduction. Well, so we got a little bit of time in this one. I want to bring up some I think we talked about last episode that I forgot to get to, or not forgot, just didn't have time. We got a message from Knobs on BitChute here, and he's talking about I guess stuff that we talked about a previous episode when we talked about the immigration, the 20 million immigrants.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, this guy could be from anywhere in the country, which is no, whatever.
You mean
Doesn't
world?
sound like he's from. He sounds like he's from America, but
Oh.
I'm gonna read his comment, and then I'm gonna talk to you about what I just saw recently, and see if this makes sense. His comment is: they're going to put U.S. military uniforms on the millions of foreign invaders. They'll have no hesitation to round up patriots, kill them and their families, etc. They already did this, the first wave of rounding up since they completed their communist coup on January 6th. They already completed a major step when they forced all of our military to damage their hearts with lethal injections or get out. The best ones got out. We better pray that our military does a counter coup while the military is still American, and soon. So I don't know if that's a call of violence or not, but it's definitely eye opening. And I don't disagree with this, and I know we've talked about some of this, but it's so interesting because I watched I think his name is Mr. Reagan or something. I'm gonna give him full credit, but he put together what he thinks is going to happen in 2024. He thinks that Trump is so far ahead they cannot stop him, right? He thinks they're not going to assassinate him because then that's going to create civil war. And most of these people, common sense, they don't want civil war because they live off of your dollar, right? So if civil war happens, the dollars stop. Pelosi's ice cream gets melted. You know what I mean? So that makes sense that they don't want that because for a fact if Trump gets assassinated, it was intentional. It was, it's going to be chaos because you
Well,
got
yeah,
so
but
many people.
yeah, and he's still protected by Secret Service because he's a former president. So
Right, but they're not giving him the protection he needs, though.
you don't think so?
No, they've already talked about that. But the point being is, and he's got enough money to get his own protection. But the point I'm getting at is still, this guy believes what this guy thinks is Trump will get elected, and it's imperative that they get a VP, a vice president that's from the deep state, because what they're going to do is they're going to take. That's why they're pushing Haley so bad. She's a deep state operative. It's period, point blank, and that's why everyone's trying to push her so hard. They don't like you look at a guy like Vivek, who I called back in the beginning. Perfect candidate for America, but they're trying to push him out so hard and they're trying to push in Haley. Well, what he explains is that Trump's going to become president, and within a year or so, we're going to have a huge terrorist attack. Okay? We're not going to go full conspiracy and say it was created by US sources, but it will definitely be perceived that it's coming from somewhere else. In other words, maybe some stuff written in some foreign language telling these people to do stuff. They're already in our country, right? So that's what he's saying is, and then what's going to happen is Trump is going to have to respond. So when Trump responds, he's going to have to do dictator like stuff, like going after these people of color from another country and getting them out of our country. He's going to have to, you know what I mean? So they're anticipating he's going to do deep state stuff. And then he's going to be, look, we told you he was a dictator. We told you he was a dictator. In other words, they're setting it's a honeypot for Trump to fall into.
Will our gas prices go lower? Will our groceries go lower? Will everything? Where my 401k go higher?
I doubt it.
Oh,
Well,
never
it
mind.
might at first. It might at first.
Okay, okay.
But I mean, the point of this is so that the deep state can get back, not only get back control, but get back control forever, so no one ever can test them again. So this is a huge point in our country's history. I mean, and the funny part about it is like, so when I just laid out that scenario, I was kind of like, okay, that kind of makes sense, right? But the part that hit me the most was, have you seen the trailer for the new movie coming out called Civil War?
Mm-mm.
It's exactly preparing for this. It's implying that the president in this movie is Trump and that there needs to be American citizens the foreigners have taken over our military. American citizens now need, Red Dawn style, need to fight for their country back against this evil dictator guy. It's crazy, dude. It's like they're preparing the American people to take their minds down that one path, and
When's that
that's
movie?
it.
When's that movie come out?
I don't know, but
Oh,
I'm not going to pay for it. So, but you get what I'm saying? It's like, so if you step back and look at all these coincidences, they're not really coincidences. And just like this guy here, Nob said, I mean, we did read an article, right, about them letting military or foreigners in the military, these illegals in the military.
oh yeah, yeah.
And remember, we didn't think that was a good idea either. So think about 20 million of them. Think about when they start taking all these ones into the military and they start taking over leadership positions, then what? Then you literally have people from a foreign country running our military. Then people are going to be like, oh, our military wouldn't fight against us. Our military wouldn't be us. Do you understand how bad this is? You understand how dangerous that is? So next time you see a soldier come into your house, you're going to be like, oh, I can't. He's an American. He's not.
No,
So you're not going to fight
there's
against him.
there's no need for a soldier to come to my house.
But you understand my point. If they declare martial law or something and they have to collect the guns or whatever, but you understand. But people are going to start being hesitant because there are soldiers.
Good luck.
But you understand, there's people out there. They're going to be like, well, we can't. You're not going to kill your own soldiers and like that. But in the end, they're not going to be our soldiers.
All enemy, foreign and domestic.
Look, I'm with you, brother, and I like the resistance is great, but at the end, even if they get a hold of our weapons, like,
oh yeah, tanks and all the crap, yeah.
So now what?
When they have command of all that stuff,
yes,
like
yes.
Civilians don't have. I shouldn't say that. Civilians probably don't have
most civilians
stuff to stop armored vehicles like that.
Right. So that you got to ask yourself. I mean, like, is this practical? I think it's practical. Is it probable? It's starting to feel like it. You know what I mean? Like, I understood letting a couple here and there, but mostly Americans were, like, think about it. Think all the people who got out of the military. Those were your red-blooded American freedom fighters because they didn't want to get a jab or something like that, or they don't want to be labeled extremists because they support one president. Those are the ones that got out. So what does that leave in? Leaves the lifers, of course. They could be, I'm not knocking all the military, but I saw it in my time, when they did those cuts back in the Clinton era. Most of the lifers were invested. They didn't want to lose that investment. They stayed in.
Right.
But most of your middle backbone of the army got out because they can make it in the real world. And then you got your duds who needed the military just to live, and they stayed in. So you lost a good chunk of your military, and that's why I think things changed anyway, because those duds got promoted, and then you took in a whole new recruit of people who just wanted college education and didn't want to go to war. So our military, or at least our army, was gutted,
True.
back in the day, and now it's happening again. Except now it's people who don't even care about America. So you talk about people giving their lives for their country. Well, they are giving their lives for the country, but it's not this country. It's a scary thing, dude. It's really scary. And I think people need to wake the hell up, because this isn't just about racism and equity and gender. It's nothing about that crap. We can all exist like we're the one country who's existed with all these dynamics for years. Most countries, go look at those countries, they usually take hard stands on things, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been conquered and fought for years, but we've survived. And right now we are turning it all over to a bunch of evil people who don't give a damn about our country. And you got stupid. This is for the people out there. Obviously, they're not listening to our show, but maybe they're overhearing somebody else listen to it. But I'm going to call them stupid, because you are stupid. You need to wake the hell up. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, you need to stop this nonsense. You need to stop this immigration crap. You need to stop this money going over to foreign war crap. You need to stop all the electronic currency, the social credit score crap, the cancel culture. You need to stop, because you're going to be the victim tomorrow. Whether it's against the other team now, you're the perfect example. And I brought this up. I think we talked about the push tush, the Eagles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about that? See, a logical thinker would say, yeah, you got to stop doing that. It's not fair. But if I go and find something, they're going to stop me from doing it. So a logical thinker says you can't ban it. You just can't. You just need to learn to perfect it. Right. But people like here, what I'm getting at, maybe my analogy sucks, but they're saying I'm against it because it's working. These people are saying, well, you're a Republican, you're a MAGA, so it's wrong. But inherently, the act itself isn't wrong. It's just the person doing it you don't like. And that's what we have a problem with today. People don't have a standard. They just have a team they don't like. You know what I mean? And that's
True.
That's
True.
going to be the demise of our country. You're willing to lower your standards for your guy, and you're willing to throw people in prison, people that didn't do anything on January 6th. You're willing to throw them in prison, take away their rights because you don't like what they stand for. You're next, dumbass. You're next. Because once a different country comes in here, oh, you're American?
You got Jim. You got
Right.
Jim Custon. He's on a roll.
Sorry, man. This stuff bothers me because this is the in your face hidden stuff that's just happening in your face and people refuse to acknowledge. They refuse to acknowledge it. And I don't know why. I don't know why if you do the ostrich thing, put your head under the sand, everything goes away. It doesn't happen. You need to take a stand. Now, whether it's men and women's sports, I don't care if you believe that everybody has a right to be a gender something. Your fight is creating a genderless sport or a trans sport. Your fight is not taking away the rights of women who've worked hard to have their own sport. That's not your fight, but yet that is their fight. So either you're not American or you're evil. It's period. And you'll be on a special list too somewhere, I'm sure. But the point I'm getting at is you don't want civil war. You don't. You really don't want civil war because the people who are going to fight the hardest are the ones who are fighting for something. You fools out there with your little, pampered, attitudes, you got nothing to fight for. Nothing. Because you're not even fighting for legitimate causes. Trans have rights too. What rights don't trans have? To play against biological women? Yeah, that's not a right, dumbass. You just get to go have your own little league if you want. Go play with your own friends. You know what I mean? I'm not against them. You want to be whatever you want to be. But anyway, I'm on a rant here. I got to stop because it's going to get way too long. Anyway, what do you got to say, Nate?
Until then.
I just saw it, dude, and it's starting to come real. It's scary. And this is fear. Not necessarily fear for my life, fear for other people's lives. Because like you just said, come get my guns. Other people are going to get hurt.
I did not say that.
Oh, you said something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, other people are going to get hurt.
I don't have any. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. They're going to get hurt. Other people are going to get hurt because they're pushing stuff that they don't need to be pushing. And our common enemy is outsiders, not in the sake of outsiders, but in the sake of people intending to bring this country down. And these could be actually American citizens as well. You don't like this country, leave. Go start your own. They do it in churches all the time. They don't like the way this church tells them they have to do this. They leave and start a new church that doesn't have to do that. Go do that. Anyways, I'm done ranting. Or move to California.
No, why don't you leave if you don't like the people I like, huh?
Why don't I leave? Because this is my country.
Yes, our country.
I'm not the one trying to change it.
Oh.
I'm not the one trying. Look, I was born and raised in this country and what it was founded on. I may not like it, but there is a way to change it. There's a way to conform, and we've done it. I think throughout our history, we've done a great job of conforming. You know what I mean?
Problem. It's a problem. We conformed.
Well, yeah, but we have to take a stand on something, right? Like you said, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
What is the line? The line is our freedoms, for one. You can't take our guns. You can't take our speech. You can't just come into my house and take my stuff.
They are, though.
I mean, those are freedoms.
They're taking them.
Right. And they're doing it. And people are letting it happen. So if it's happening to your friend, your neighbor, you need to stand up and do something. Just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean you can, they won't get to me. They ain't getting you yet.
Yeah.
Power needs more power. That's it. It's the only way that goes. Anyways, let's get out of here because I'm ranting too far and my blood pressure is going to go higher. All right. Well, thanks, Nate, for being here. Thank you all for like, share, subscribe. Thanks, Knobs, for giving us something to talk about. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Don't even have to donate. Just go do something for this country. Do something to better this country and make it a better place. And until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.